Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, or whatever ungodly hour you find yourself listening. We are the Bards Against Humanity, here to strum your loot and absolutely wreck your ear holes. So prepare for a podcast that's going to hit harder than a nat one in bed, because we're coming in your ear.
That's right. Today it is, of course, myself, Leo. What? Seems to have replaced my yo-yo. What? But anyway. And of course, our delightful Dan.
You're going with the alliteration today, okay.
I'm going to try and go for the alliteration as many times as possible.
Oh, everybody collective. 3, 2, 1.
2, 1. Oh.
You can tell there's a Wi-Fi delay. You really can.
Well, I'm glad we did such a timed intro. I'm glad we counted down to something. I'm glad we're there for it.
Yeah, we're definitely there for it. It's funny. It's funny.
Anyway, today's episode, we are going through the Beastmaster subclass. Now, I know what you're thinking. Not the bride of the ball, the belle of the ball, the bride of the ball. Good Lord. Congratulations, you're the bride of the ball. Oh my God, who am I getting married to?
Getting your expressions just maybe a tad, tied together.
Yeah, just a touch. It wasn't the belle of the ball, and in fact, maybe not the favored one for anyone, in fact. But it has had a lot of work. Obviously, Tasha made some adjustments to the subclass to make it at least usable. Let's see what they're going to do in 2024. So, Dan, am I about right regarding the Beastmaster for you personally?
Yeah, it was the first subclass I played like years ago, and this is before Tasha's. So all I remember was playing an Elven Ranger. I know, stereotypical, but it was my first D&D character, so you back off.
Oh, so stereotypical.
And I was playing a Beastmaster Ranger whose companion was a spider.
Ew.
I'm trying to remember the exact thing. It was funny, trust me. I named my spider Phobia, and the rest of the party named him Snickerdoodle.
I see. So Phobia stuck.
Phobia
That's
stuck.
Yeah.
It did not. And I just remember that spider couldn't hit for shit. So I have not had good experiences, shall we say, with the Beastmaster. I just know that folks do tend to like the Beastmaster because I believe Vexalia from Critical Role's Campaign 1 was a Beastmaster because she had her bear companion Trinket.
Well, I mean, I don't know if the mic picked it up enough, but you had a real big, deep sigh of regret, panic, maybe just pure sadness regaling that story. I had my pet spider. It was a deep sigh. It was a real deep sigh.
I don't think my mic has picked that up, but just know that if there was silence in the middle of that story, it was a sigh.
Yeah. Without further delay, we have to go through it. Let's start. Dan, what do you get at level 3?
What do you get at level 3? So level 3 is, of course, when you get your subclass, both in the old and the new. And at level 3, you are introduced to your Ranger's Companion. We'll go over the old edition first and then the new. So at 3rd level, you gain a beast companion that accompanies you on adventures and is trained to fight alongside you. Choose a beast that is no larger than medium and has a challenge rating of 1/4 or lower. See the Player's Handbook Appendix C presents statistics for Hawk, Mastiff, and Panther as examples. Add your proficiency bonus to the beast's AC, attack rolls, and damage rolls, as well as any saving throws and skills it is proficient in. Its hit point maximum equals its normal maximum, or 4 times your ranger level, whichever is higher. Unlike any creature, beast can spend hit dice during a short rest. The beast obeys your commands as best as it can. It takes its turn on your initiative, and on your turn, you can verbally command the beast where to move, no action required by you. You can use your action to verbally command it to take the attack, dash, disengage, or help action. If you don't issue a command, the beast takes the dodge action. Once you have the extra attack feature, you can make one weapon attack yourself when you command the beast to take the attack action. While traveling through your favored terrain with only the beast, you can move stealthily at a normal pace. If you're incapacitated or absent, the beast acts on its own, focusing on protecting you and itself. The beast never requires your command to use its reaction, such as when making an opportunity. If the beast dies, you can obtain another one by spending 8 hours magically bonding with another beast that isn't hostile to you, either the same type of beast as before or a different one. So, in other words, if it dies, just go to the pet shop and buy yourself a new puppy.
You're just in the forest trying to recruit this bear. So who do I give the money to? I'd like to buy this bear, please. Just this one. I saw.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? We got panthers in the back. No. I had a panther the last time, and it sheds.
They shed like mad, and for some reason they keep referencing the Jungle Book. I'm not quite sure why.
My one kept saying Wakanda forever. I don't understand.
Two different places. The more recent example I could have gone with was Wakanda for it was fucking Black Panther. Instead, I went with Jungle Book, and I'm pretty sure they were like Bakura was a jaguar.
Is it Bakura or Bagheera? Isn't Bakura
Oh, it's
Yu-Gi-Oh?
yeah, Bakura is Yu-Gi-Oh. I was very close. It
Yeah,
was Bagheera.
Bagheera, Baloo, and I don't know what the kid's name actually is.
Mowgli.
Oh,
I
who
say
gives a
that with
shit about
I
Mowgli?
said that with such sass when I didn't even remember
You fucking
Bagheera's name.
idiot! You fucking idiot! You don't know? It's Mowgli.
You don't know it's Mowgli, except I'm just the anytime someone mentions Jungle Book, I just immediately get that song stuck in my head.
Which one?
The one that the monkeys were singing. I'm the king of
Yeah,
the swinger zoo,
the Jungle VIP.
and I won't sing more of this fucking song because I don't want a copyright strike.
Oh, so that's what it is in 2014.
I love your reaction wasn't just to add anything else; it was just oh. Anyway,
I was hoping that if there's some musical people that should be the same note that goes straight into the chorus.
oh Zube Zoo.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop! I really do want to sing it.
So this back to the Ranger's Companion. It was terrible, and
Yeah,
I don't
not
think
great.
I don't think anyone needed to be told that because it required an action for you to command it. You had to give up your whole action just to tell your beast to attack, which I don't need to explain why that was awful.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just wasn't good. The best part of the Beastmaster Ranger came out of Tasha's, which is when it introduced the Primal Companion, which was an optional feature, as Tasha's features were entirely optional. You didn't have to use them. So this would replace the Ranger's Companion feature. So you could magically summon a primal beast, which draws strength from your bond with nature. The beast is friendly to you and your companions and obeys your commands. Choose a stat block from Beast of the Land, Beast of the Sea, and Beast of the Sky, which uses your proficiency bonus in several places. You determine the kind of animal the beast is, choosing a kind
Ding.
choosing a kind appropriate for the stat block. Whatever kind you choose, the beast bears primal markings indicating its mystical origin. In combat, the beast acts during your turn. It can move and use its reaction on its own, but the only action it takes is the dodge action, unless you use a bonus action on your turn to command it to take a different one. That action can be one on the stat block or some other action. You can also sacrifice one of your attacks when you take the attack action to command the beast to also take the attack action. If you're incapacitated, the beast can take any action of its choice, not just dodge. If the beast has died within the last hour, you can use your action to touch it and expend a spell slot of first or higher. The beast returns to life after 1 minute with all of its hit points restored. When you finish a long rest, you can summon a different primal beast. The new beast appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you, and you choose its stat block and appearance. If you already have a beast from this feature, it vanishes when the new beast appears. The beast also vanishes if you die.
Well, I like the fact that it's more magic, which is what the ranger is supposed. You're a half caster, and I like the concept that you can nearly. It's less brother bear, more Pokemon.
I've never heard a more apt description for Beastmaster. Um, it's less Brother Bear and more Pokemon. Because the one thing that was going through my mind when I saw the updates to Beastmaster was it felt like you could have a little bit of like an RP moment for when you do finally get your third level. You basically bond to 3 different spirit types, being say the land, the sea, and the sky. And whenever you summon out your primal companion, basically they're summoned in place. So it's kind of familiar esque, which would be very Pokemon.
It's super Pokemon. Super. If you ever dreamed about being Ash Ketchum, you ever see Ash Ketchum throw a punch? Nah, He's a wimp. Joe who does throw a punch? Pikachu.
Do you know what's really funny, right? That you mentioned, have you ever seen Ash Ketchum throw a punch? In the really, really early editions of the first generation of Pokemon games, there was going to be the option for the trainer to also fight alongside the Pokemon. So a lot of trainer models had a whip.
Oh God. That's very ownership, but also slash kinky.
It is. I think that was going to be an option, but I can't remember why exactly that got scrapped. But it was an
I wonder
entertaining
why.
tidbit to figure out.
I
Oh,
wonder why.
I'm pretty sure there might have been some animal cruelty questions. And
You know,
yet
the
in
fucking
Pal World, you can just shoot things.
Pal World? What the fuck is Pal World?
Entertain yourself if you have some free time later after you do your million and one things, and look at the lawsuit between Nintendo and the creators of Pal World.
Yes, you're right. I'll wait for that. I won't do that right on air.
No,
Oh my God. How do you? Oh my God. How is it in a lawsuit related to riding characters? Dear God. What is this game? Is this for
Yeah.
kids?
The Pal World, I don't think is for kids. Pokemon is though.
Yeah, no, Pokemon 100%. But is Pal because there's 3 lawsuits it's on. 2 related to monster capture and release. What the fuck happens there? Oh, I guess it's more of a it's a patent issue.
I think it was infringing on, or at least Nintendo felt like it was infringing on their Pokemon copyright.
Ah, fuck them.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the majority of the fan base said.
So, actually, before we talk about this any further, what actually happens in 2024? And I swear, after that, I'll start going through stuff, okay? Level 3 is a girthy level. You're nearly there. What actually happens now in 2024?
In 2024, sorry there, I was just trying to get my dog to stop digging at the mat. She's soaking wet.
Could be treasure. You never know.
It's absolutely pissing rain.
Yeah, it is.
So in 2024, they adopted the Primal Companion version of the feature over the, what was it called? Ranger's Companion. So it's pretty similar to the old version. You get to summon your spirit, beast of the land, beast of the sea, or beast of the sky, and you determine the animal. It is the look, and whichever suits its stat block. And whichever beast you choose, it has primal markings to indicate its supernatural origin. So you have the option that in combat, it again acts on your turn. It uses its reaction on its own, but it can only take the dodge action unless you use your bonus action to command it. You can again sacrifice one of your attacks to command it to take the beast strike action. And if you have the incapacitated action condition, not action, the beast acts on its own and isn't limited to just the dodge. So to restore the beast, if it has died within the last hour, you can take a magic action to touch it, expend a spell slot of any level, and it returns to life after 1 minute with all of its hit points. And after a long rest, once again, you can summon a different beast, and if you already have one, the old one vanishes when the new appears. The only real changes to the beast of the land, beast of the sky, or beast of the sea stat blocks, which I will put on screen side by side so you guys can see them, is pretty much instead for calculating their armor class, it's still a base of 13. However, instead of your proficiency bonus, it's now based on your wisdom modifier. And it's the same when calculating its extra damage it gets when it hits. It's calculated with the damage dice +2 plus your wisdom modifier instead of proficiency bonus.
I mean, it is a shame that they haven't really changed Primal Companion. I'm like, this makes the most sense. Like, Tasha really did fix it. It's a bit of a shame that they have just left it the same. I know they've obviously changed it from proficiency bonus to wisdom modifier. I think it's a touch lazy, especially considering this is the lapping stock of the ranger subclasses. Why not? To be fair, I don't understand why it's not just a free action. But we'll go through the different beasts in a second. They don't do that much. Like, it's fine, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing crazy.
It's nothing absolutely crazy. Like, every single one of them have dark vision to 60 feet and a passive perception of 12. They all understand the languages that you know. They add your proficiency bonus to any saving throw that they make, and they have their own unique attack and or trait. Like for example, the beast of the land, if it moves at least 20 feet in a straight line before it makes an attack, that attack deals an extra d6 of damage of either bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. You choose that damage type when the creature is summoned. Beast of the Sky has the flyby feature, like I'm pretty sure owls do, which means it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of reach. And its Beast Strike is literally just a d4 plus 3 plus wisdom modifier slashing damage. Nothing really special there. And your Beast of the Sea has amphibious, it can breathe air and water, and its Beast Strike will deal a d6 plus 2 plus your wisdom modifier, bludgeoning or piercing, your choice when it's summoned. And the target has the grappled condition. The escape DC equals your save DC. There's no save on the initial hit, only when you're trying to escape. And actually, I will correct myself. Beast of the Sea has 90 feet of dark vision compared to sky and land.
So yeah, the most interesting one, and that's all 2024. And the most interesting one, being Beast of the Sea, only has 5 feet of movement in general. It's got a 60 feet movement speed, but other than that, it's 5 feet, which is, it's fine. I mean, like even in 2014, the Beast of the Land, it had a charge ability, which I understand is very similar. It's actually very similar to its Beast Strike anyway. But I say it's the moving of 20 feet. It's the exact same. It's the exact same. So
Yeah.
if you enjoyed the version in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything or anything, you will enjoy this. It's fine. I think it's such a shame that they haven't really put any effort into it past Tasha so far anyway. I'm hoping that changes, but I don't know. I don't know. Like let's go through the next ability at level 7. Continuing on from Dan's theme, at 2014, you would get exceptional training. On any of your turn, when your beast companion doesn't attack, you can use a bonus action to command the beast to take the dash, disengage, or help action on its turn. In addition, the beast's attacks now count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damage. At level 7. Anyway, before I take a dump on it, let's have a look in 2024. At level 7, you will get exceptional training. When you take a bonus action to command your primal companion beast to take an action, you can also command it to take the dash, disengage, dodge, or help action using its bonus action. In addition, whenever it hits an attack roll and deals damage, it can deal your choice of force damage or its normal damage type. Oh, I see.
That's a much better
Well,
feature than what it used to be.
Yes. Well, at least yes. Yes. No, because if you take the action to attack, it can also dash, disengage, dodge, or help.
Yeah.
Which is much better. And force damage is not a massively common resistance, I would have said. Especially now, it's very difficult because obviously I go from personal experience, where even though it's magical, it's not. Yeah, it is magical. Bludgeoning, piercing, slashing are relatively common types of resistances, at least. So that's something.
After a quick little Google, right, there is only this. I don't know, does this count for the 2024 5e or is it before that? But in officially published D&D, 10 creatures resist force damage.
Oh shit.
Out of 2074.
Yeah, if your DM's doing it, he don't like you. She don't like you. They don't like you.
Yeah.
It's a massive improvement, but is that a reflection on how good this ability is or how shit it was in 2014? And I think it is the latter, unfortunately.
Definitely the latter, because you're just taking one big old step on the old one because it was fucking useless. Because once again, at level 7, still giving up pretty much your entire action to command your beast to strike when you can do more damage yourself. It would have been more useful to just let it dodge and potentially drag enemy aggro, even though enemy aggro is entirely determined by your DM. But
or it can do flanking. That's something.
It can provide flank, which I suppose is a good thing. Yeah, just the new
We're grasping.
We're really grasping. The new version of exceptional training makes it much better, but the Beastmaster's subclass still feels quite lacking.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it get any better at level 11, Dan?
We'll find out, won't we? So starting at 11th level,
Gotta listen out, Leo.
you gotta listen out. Make your ears open. Make your ears open?
Put your ears open. I don't
Put
know.
your
Put
ears
your
open.
ears up. This is a robbery.
No, you're getting mugged. So feature is still called the same. It's Bestial Fury. So the old version is starting at 11th level. When you command your beast to take the attack action, the beast can make 2 attacks, or it can take the multi-attack if it has that action. Cool, an extra strike, still giving up your action to do so. Anyway, the new Bestial Fury is when you command your primal companion to make its beast strike action, it can attack twice. In addition, the first time each turn it hits a creature under the effect of your Hunter's Mark spell, the beast deals extra force damage equal to the bonus damage of that spell.
Okay.
So here we're linking in
That
the Ranger's entire focus on Hunter's Mark.
I kind of assumed that this was happening already. Oh no.
Because
oh
no,
God.
because Hunter's Mark is only affecting you. You get the extra bonus damage, but because your bond at this point with your bestial companion is kind of strengthening at this point, your effect of Hunter's Mark is now also transferring to them, is the flavor way I'd say it. Because
At
if you
level
think about it,
11?
right, if this was already happening at level 3, you and your beast companion would be doing 1 attack each turn, and that would be an extra 2d6 of damage out there.
Yeah, but if I ignore my beast and I attack, that's an extra 2d6 out there.
Not at level 3.
Well, no, but for my blah 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 for my Hunter's Mark. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're only
Well,
attacking once at level 3. Then once you get to level 5, if you think about it, if they were also still getting the bonus of it, that's an extra 3d6 on the board, potentially.
does
I
this
understand
not?
why it's a higher level for them to gain benefit of Hunter's Mark, but it's your familiars and say like companions like this don't tend to be affected by your spells unless the spell say has additional targets that it can go to
Oh,
to give benefit to.
I have a question because you said 2d6 because of Hunter's Mark, right?
Yeah.
But it does say the first time each turn it hits a creature, not both times. So
Yeah, it's
so
still
even though
only
it has
ever going
two
to be
attacks,
3d6 of extra Hunter's Mark by level 11. Because you're attacking twice, it's attacking twice, but only getting the benefit once. Hunter's Mark doesn't only apply once for you, it only applies once for the beast.
yeah. I mean, I still think okay. I was about to say I'll leave it till the end, but that's not really how this podcast works. Surely, surely, so I'm losing out on my Hunter's Mark every time this beast attacks from level 10 below.
No. The only time you're missing out on Hunter's Mark is because realistically, when you go into combat as a ranger, your first bonus action is usually going to be Hunter's Mark, attack twice, your beast takes the dodge.
Yeah, 100%.
And then after that, in subsequent turns, your beast is going to be using your bonus action to attack. Unless, say, you killed an enemy and want to reapply your Hunter's Mark, then you're using a bonus action for that, and the beast is still taking the dodge.
Yes, no, sorry, I'm here. Realistically, I'm using the monster slightly differently, not the beast slightly differently. Okay, so it's not that bad. Okay, yeah, it's a bonus action, not an action anymore. Get that through your head, you silly goose. Sorry, I'm destined for the pond, listeners. Destined
for the pond.
I'm a silly goose. Honk.
Oh, that makes sense now. Yeah, I'm destined for the pond. I'm a silly goose. Never heard that one before.
Really?
No, never.
Interesting. I've been saying it for a while. It must be just for Aoife I've picked it up with. That's where it's been modified for sure.
It's definitely just for Aoife. Like, Rachel called me a silly goose constantly because I do tend to be a bit of an idiot. But I've never, ever heard someone say, I'm destined for the pond because I'm a silly goose.
Well, right. So initially it went, this is the evolution of destined for the pond. Right? So you're a silly goose, and then you keep saying that, it gets a bit dull. So you're a silly goose, you're destined for the pond. Right? So then that keeps happening. And so now we just say you're destined for the pond. I didn't realize that was just a me and Aoife thing.
I think it's a unique
That's cute.
thing, but yeah. It's just a unique thing for the destined for the pond.
And now all of our viewers thing. Please use it. Fun.
I'm gonna fucking use it. I'm destined for the pond. That's great.
Destined from the Pond. Well, besides from Destined from the Pond, I'm gonna go through level 15, the final ability for the Ranger. So, back in 2014, when you cast a spell targeting yourself, you can also affect your beast companion with the spell if the beast is within 30 feet of you. Right? So in 2024, it's called Share Spells. Again, I never said what it was called, but it's called Share Spells. Still the same name. And when you cast a spell targeting yourself, you can also affect your primal companion beast with the spell if the beast is within 30 feet of you. It's exactly the same.
Sound familiar?
Sound familiar? Deja vu? Deja vu.
I've just been in this place before.
I am not overly certain exactly what spells, how does haste work as a DM?
I don't think haste. Rangers get access to haste, but in under that, the haste ruling for me. Sorry, I was typing haste just to see if it's in the ranger spell list for this specific ruling, because you're not casting another concentration spell. It's the same as twin spell. How that ruling worked. You just grant it an extra target. You're not casting a new edition of the spell.
Interesting. So I now, granted, in my notes, all I have is haste question mark,
which is super fair. Yeah,
is there
haste would still like it would, there wouldn't be any complications with it because you're just also letting your primal companion gain benefit from it. You're not casting haste twice to concentrate on two spells.
Yeah, no, 100%. But how? So now my primal companion can take an extra action per turn, as well as me, but it only acts through me.
Yeah, it's a
really weird way.
I'm just going to pull up the Ranger 2024 spell list and just get a few examples of spells that you may want to cast on yourself that also benefit your summoned creature.
I mean, there's stuff like Absorb Elements, which is nice.
Which would be nice if you're both in say like an area of effect. That would, my words are failing me, Leo. Say if you're both in the range of Fireball, if you cast Absorb Elements, then yes, your bestial companion would also gain the benefits of Absorb Elements, which would also mean they would gain an extra d6 of the damage type to add to their next attack.
So that's something. Yeah. You got Cure Wounds as well. That's pretty cool.
Cure Wounds, target yourself. What else have we? Enhance Ability, I suppose, would be another nice one.
I mean, it is the same. It is definitely a capstone ability just because of the potential that you have out there. Does it save the subclass? I think not. It's something we actually reference quite a bit throughout these videos, and that's that most campaigns will kind of finish you off around around like level 13, 14, that kind of area. Even 14 is quite high. It's like 12 to 14. So the best ability in the subclass, which it is by far, you won't really get access to it, which is a real shame. I understand why it is a level 15. It's such an outlier to the rest of the class for actually being good, which does affect which will affect my rating for it, by the way. It will affect it.
I had a feeling. Share spells, it's cool. It's just the Ranger spell list isn't exactly extensive for it to gain much use out of it. You could multi-class into the likes of like Cleric or Druid maybe to gain 5 levels in that, to gain 3rd level Cleric or Druid spells that may have a bit more oomph for it, but then you're kind of locking yourself out of other stuff like your Epic Boon and things.
Like you could always take Magic Initiate, try and get a couple of interesting spells that way, but even then, once again, they're not that high. I
suppose actually, yeah, if you had gained access to Shield and you had to use your reaction to Shield, then you and your your bestial companion would gain the extra 5 to AC for the turn.
Yeah. Like, it's not a bad ability. It's very limiting. It's very late. It does bump up my rating by at least 1. But this is Circle of the Sea territory. And that was shit.
It was terrible. This is definitely better than Circle of the Sea.
Yes, but I'm very much keeping in mind what I gave that. So I'm pretty certain did I give that a 2 or a 3?
You gave it a 3. I think I gave it a 2. I would have to go back and check that, though.
Yeah. So if that's a 3, what is this? I gave the Ranger class in general a 5, I believe. I think it's much better than Circle of the Sea, but I'm really struggling to give it by itself more than a 4. Functionally, it's very... Actually, fuck it, I'll give it a 5. Functionally, it's very interesting. Role-playing wise, it's very interesting. Who doesn't want to be a Pokemon trainer? But that's it. And share spells. It's all downhill after that. It's all downhill. Nothing works as well as you want it to. At least it's a bonus action to actually attack with your primal companion. That's about it. I think 5 out of 10. Final answer.
I think I'll have to give it the same. I can see this class being a favorite for some folks, but it is far and beyond. Oh yeah, words are failing me again. It is definitely not the most useful ranger subclass. It fills a niche. It allows you to feel like that wild warden of nature. You know, that lone ranger with their companion by their side fills that niche, fills that vibe. And I can see this being a pretty okay subclass for like a beginner to pick up and play. It's not overly complicated. There's not a bunch of different things. The only things that you have to keep in mind is the stat blocks for each of the 3 options you have are different. Just make sure you have those on hand. And its abilities are very straightforward. It fills a niche, and I think 5, pretty middle of the road, fits it.
And it's, unfortunately, it's for me, it's a low 5. Like, it's got to do a lot of work to go up to 6. But 5 is fair. I think 4 would be a little bit too harsh. It is significantly better than Circle of the Sea. That is dog poop. I got 2 in one episode. Dan, are you proud of me?
I am super proud of you because it is a really shit subclass and deserves all the flack it's getting.
Yeah, fuck it. And you know what? That, dear listeners, brings us to the end of another session where the dice are hard, the jokes are harder, and our standards are at an all-time low. If you enjoyed this chaos, be sure to follow and subscribe and like and share. Who knows? If not, at least we finished, even if you didn't. Goodbye.
Goodbye.